皆さん、こんにちは。ずんだもんです。Hi everyone, it's the Zundamon here. Starting today, I'll be playing a retro classic Death-Bringer, a game released by Telenet Japan. This game originally came out in 1908 for the NE, CPC 9801, and later in 1989. It was also released for the SHA RPX 68000. It was eventually ported to the PC Engine and the SEGA Mega CD as well, making it a long-loved title. Game design was done by Masahito-sa, and the character design was handled by the famous animator Kazuhiro Aki. Alrighty, let's get started by creating a user disk. Looks like this is where we'll be saving our progress. Got it. I've decided to name the main character Yufei. There were so many characters to choose from, it actually took a while. I was really surprised I could even input kanji. But while finding the exact characters I wanted took a lot of time. Anyway, we're all set now. Let's get this adventure started. A long time ago, the gods lived alongside humans on Earth. People lived in peace, blessed by the gods' immense powers. The divine magic of the gods kept monsters away, calmed storms, and protected humanity from every disaster. Grateful for the gods' blessings, people lived their lives in joy, and even the gods believed that this era of peace would last forever. But the catastrophe struck without warning. One evil god declared himself the supreme deity and challenged the others to submit to his will. An age of chaos began. The gods lost their harmony, some siding with the evil god, others fighting for power themselves. Brutal battles broke out, even monsters and humans were dragged into the conflict. When the seemingly endless war finally ended, the evil god and many others had perished. All that remained were the wounded, weary gods in the scarred, suffering humans. Fearing that their powers might one day bring ruin again, the few remaining gods decided to leave the world behind. Before departing, they gave humans a portion of their magical powers so they could survive and live on their own. And thus began the age of mankind, as the gods vanished one by one into the faraway lands. 3,800 years have passed since the gods left. Now, once again, the world is on the verge of chaos. A mysterious group has appeared from the shadows and begun attacking villages. And now that same dark presence is creeping closer to our protagonist.
sullen,
Ave. Astworld awaits. Explore through a 3D map it's time for an epic RPG adventure. Let's dive in and start playing. So, I think I've mostly figured out the controls. Since this is an RPG, you grow your character over time. But there's no such thing as levels. How interesting! Instead, your stats go up based on how you use your gear. Big weapons and heavy armor? That'll boost your power! Small weapons and light gear, you get more agility. And if you use magic, your spirit power increases. Oh, and intelligence acts like a memory limit. You need it to learn skills. And without skills, you can't use weapons, armor, or magic at all. Since intelligence is limited, you'll have to plan out how your character grows. Alright then, time to explore the village. folks in town, I've got a better idea of what's going on. Turns out am part of the local guard in a village called Solon, located in the Norloth region. I've been helping protect the village from bandits and wild beasts. The village elder and others are really worried about some orcs living in a cave deep in Zgati forest. They've asked me to take care of them. But going after orcs alone is super dangerous. So I started looking for someone to join me on this quest. But no one seemed interested in coming along. So only! Also, it seems like there's trouble in the port town of Gale. Claiming no ships are coming in. At the church, the priest introduced me to a missionary named Scythia. She's been traveling to lots of towns. And while she's not ready to take on the orcs just yet, we'll be traveling together for now.
No loss.
Let's step outside the village and see what's out there. Wandering through the forest, I can already see all sorts of beasts and bandits. Enemies are visible on the map, so if you don't want to fight, you can avoid them pretty cool. Let's warm up with a few battles. AI and I missed my first attack. Great! Thankfully. Scythia can use healing magic that's a huge help. Also, she's way better at fighting than me. Well, I guess that makes sense. She's a traveling missionary. I've been guarding one village. She's been everywhere. At the very least, I'll try to be her shield and protect her with my life. Pushing through that long forest, we finally made it to Gale Sealim. We had several fights on the way, and man, I can't hit anything. Taking down monsters is way harder than I thought. In this town, we can learn new magic and buy new armor. So for now, I'll focus on saving up money to upgrade my gear and spells. Oh, and I noticed that little by little, I'm dealing more damage, and my magic points are slowly going up. I'm growing stronger. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel. See you next time, Nanoda!